This is a special presentation of the Sim Racing Channel. Real racing, virtually.
What's going on, guys? Hey, how are you? Repeat back with you. Welcome to race number 3 for the Turn Down for What iRacing Truck Series. Tonight's going to be live from the Indianapolis Motor Speedway road course. That's right, you see that big old pagoda over there in the left-hand side. Here's going to be tonight's race information for everybody that just has to know, just like me. If you're a fan, yeah, well, here you go. So again, Turned Out for What iRacing Truck Series Indy Road Course race number 3. Right now, the air temperature very, very cool, calm and collected, 78 degrees. But that track temp right about 110. So these guys are going to have a lot to deal with tonight. I turned a few laps earlier at this place, and yeah, I applaud every single one of these 19 or 20 drivers that are going to be out here trying to get it done. And man, we're in for one hell of a race. 50 laps on tap to call it done and move on to next week's race. Speaking of next week's race, let's actually go ahead and show you what the schedule is going to look like as we roll on through the season. All right, so tonight, like I said, race number 3, the Indy Road Course. Next week, we're going to go to Iowa, Atlanta, Lucas Oil, and Kentucky is going to round out half the season. So there's a lot of good places yet to go, a lot of amazing races and scenes and battles that we're going to see throughout the season. But man, oh man, what a few races it's been already. You know, Daytona had a hell of a show. So did Auto Club. With as slick as this track's going to be, we'll have to see exactly how this one plays out. These guys should be setting up for qualifying here very, very soon. Definitely hope everybody's all right out there. Big, big thank you for coming out, hanging out, chatting up, and looking forward to y'all keeping me company. It definitely seems like it's been a little bit, but welcome back one more time. All right, so looks like qualifying is now underway. We'll see if we can't catch a few guys as they go out. Again, it's going to be 19 trucks on the track tonight. Let's see if we can pick up with old Pacey Wygant, as it looks like he just pulled out of his pit box or off pit road, and see what kind of time he's gonna go ahead and set for us. In the meantime, we'll go ahead and bring up your scoring pylon so you can see exactly what kind of times they're setting. And oh, by the way, let's go ahead and also bring up your track map so you see where these guys are all race long. Stratus, thank you very much for the sub, sir. Welcome back one more time. Glad to see you, man. Always appreciate you. Definitely hear him going from 4th down to 3rd, down to 2nd. Gonna try to gain as much time as possible all the way around this place. It's got some pretty sharp turns, couple of decent little S's, I guess you could call it, a couple little interchanges, but all in all, not too bad. If I'm not mistaken, this place has just about 13 turns that these guys are going to have to navigate for, again, 55-0 laps here at the Indy Road Course. Pacey just now coming to complete his very first lap. That, if I'm not mistaken, that was his warm-up lap, so we shouldn't see a time pop up for him. And, yep, there you go. So this is Pacey's first timed lap. Let's actually go on board, ride on board with the guy, and show you exactly what he's got to deal with all the way around this place. as he comes off the last turn, heading for the straightaway. He's going to be the first one to pass the yard of bricks in reverse this time. Good job. There we go. Coming off the last turn, getting towards the line. Look at him, really, really loose, trying to get the throttle down. And it looks like a 134.16. Not bad. Top of the boards for Pacey. And just as I say that, Kyle Taub goes fast. So let's check in with one other guy here. Justin Anasagak. Y'all used to remember him as NNR Rowdy with a 133.18. So he just went purple, went to the top of the board. Let's check in with old Byron Jones as he comes in off the last turn as well. See what he's got in store. Byron Jones right now, P at number 5. I would imagine now with a little bit of heat in the tires, they'll actually be able to go just a little bit faster. They may not have to deal with the turns as delicately as they did on that first lap. So Byron Jones right there was P number 5 with a 134.22. Anasagak was a 133.18. So just about a full second off of Justin's time. Kyle Taub, Mr. Murphy, Pacey Wygant, and of course Byron Jones going to round up the top 5. Huffins, Allen, Campbell, Rapp, Snyder, Campbell the third, and then old Mr. Keller. Absolutely trying to hustle these cars or these trucks as much as possible. And yeah, absolutely doing their thing. Yeah, Stratus, I'm very, very pumped. Looking forward to tomorrow night's race as well. I cannot wait. Pocono's going to be a lot of fun. And being the elimination round for the Shake Bake iRacing Cup Series, with where Holter's got 2 wins, the points are kind of going to be very, very tight. We'll talk about that as that race starts up tomorrow night right about 8:30. So on Byron Jones' second lap, he's able to stay P number 5 with a 134.59. Let's see if we can catch up with Tyler Dohar. See what he's got cooking in his number 78 Miller Lite Silverado. Coming through where you come out of the inner part of the infield, go back out on the track for just a moment, and then exit the inner loop one more time. Get ready to try to hammer that throttle down. Let it go a little sideways. Carry a lot of speed. They say loose is fast when it's on the edge of out of control. Yeah, there you go. There's another movie reference for you. But yeah, across the start stripe, looks like Tyler Dohar is gonna stay P6 right there. All right, so how about Cole Snyder in his HendrickCars.com number 24? Looks like he's also just now coming off the back end of the track as well. He looks like he's carrying a whole lot of speed. Let's see what he's capable of doing. He was P12. Looks like he is going to stay P number 12 in that 24. How about John Ross in this number 99? Right now you see him on the scoring pylon sitting P11 with a 138.67. Let's see if he's able to hustle any more time out of see if he can hustle any more time out of that Ford F-150. Again, making a quick right back inside the inner loop. Make that quick left. Very, very quick left. And then try to smash that throttle and let the truck just eat all the way through and off the corner across the start stripe. All right. So again, the 99 of Ross is sitting P number 11, 138.67. Second lap says 138.34. So he gained 3 tenths. All right. Looks like Robert Amaral is down here in his number 70. And he's actually going to add to the overall field count. He will be truck number 20 for this field. Looking like he's just a little slow. Might be just trying to learn the track. I didn't see him in one of the practices earlier, nor during the initial practice for tonight's race. So he might just be getting just a layout of the land, so to speak. So we'll have to see what the 70 is capable of as the night goes on. He's going to come across the start stripe, and this won't be much. I imagine he's just going to go ahead and make a lap. That way he doesn't have to, start from pit road or something like that. So far, 15 guys have gone out, taken time, and done their thing. So out there in chat, who do y'all have for tonight? Who's it going to be? Number 70, just taking it nice and slow. Again, learning the laps, or learning the track a little bit better, and doing what he's got to do. I mean, you got to give him credit. He'll go ahead and make this right-hand turn, or left-hand turn rather. So far, other than Robert Amaral that hasn't come across the start stripe yet, we've also got Elric George, Josh Arnold, Brad Rivers, and Brandon Pike. See what they will be capable of as the night goes on. And it looks like while Amaral tried to get that lap in, it just it didn't count. So got to give him a whole lot of credit for trying again. Let's go ahead and take a look at your race info for tonight. 50 laps around this road course, 79-degree air temp. Looks like now 115 track temp. So the track temp has jumped up just a little bit. Let's go ahead and clear that out of there. Take a look at our grid. And there you go. Justin Aniscock on pole with a 133, 183. Kyle Top 2 is outside, 2/10 behind. Pacey Wygant, P number 3 in his 00. The 21 rather of Chris Murphy got the dub last week. Byron Jones, P number 5 in his deuce. Tyler Dohar 6th in that 78. 7th going to be Gary Huffins with Dale Rapp to round out row number 4. Row number 5 is going to be Mike Campbell and Mike Allen, the Mike and Mike show. John Ross and Cole Snyder is going to round out your top 12. The rest of the field looks like it's going to be Charles Keller, P13. P14 is going to be Mike Campbell III, so Papa Bear's son. P15, Connor Cunningham with Josh Arnold in that double deuce to round out row number 8. Row 9, Robert Amaral that we just saw out on track with Brandon Pike, P18. P19 is going to be Elric George, and then Brad Rivers in that number 15 to round out our 20 truck field. So we saw a lot of carnage just a few weeks ago when the actual Cup guys came here. Hope we don't see the same thing tonight. Let's absolutely hope not. But let's go ahead and bring up all of our information again and get ready to absolutely set these guys off. All right, standing start here for the road course. You see the lights atop the pace truck are out, which means they will go green their first time by. All they've got to do is work their way around. All right, let's go ahead and bring up your ticker first off. That way we kind of watch everybody as they kind of crawl along here on this pace lap. Let's actually jump up to our pole sitter right now, Justin Anaskog, in that number 3. Now I know up there it says something a little different. I think it shows him as the 18, but he's in this number 3 GM Goodwrench service number 3. Y'all know the number in sponsor. Mike Allen out there in chat saying good luck, drivers. Mike, good luck right back to you, buddy. Definitely looking forward to watching what everybody is capable of for these 50 laps around the Indianapolis Motor Speedway road course. It's going to be a lot of fun. I think it's going to be very, very competitive. I think a lot of whoever can really minimize the mistakes is going to be the guys that move on up through the field, and hopefully you are one of them, buddy. You make sure you go get them. All right, let's go ahead and bring up our track map. We're going to get ready to set this thing on fire and see exactly how all this is going to work. All right, let's try that again, because for some reason my track map's not wanting to come up. So let's open this up one more time. All right. There we go. Now we got our track map back. So who's ready for 50 laps around around this road course? It's gonna be a lot of fun. As you see, they're coming through the last corner now, and yeah, we're gonna set these guys off. Let them eat. Let them get down. Let them get dirty. Let them get everything that they possibly can out of this place. We're going to switch over to Barney, our flagman. You see the truck coming down pit road right now. So we're about to go.
Green, green, green.
Green flag is out. Barney's going nuts. Let's go racing. Looks like there might have been one little bit of an issue in the back. Pacey Wygent may have gone off track. I think I just saw him though. No big issue. Looks like here he is in this 00, able to keep it going. As you see all these trucks just working their way through several of these S's. I don't know if that's exactly what you call them here at Indy, but that is exactly what they remind me of as they continue to go all the way around. And we're going to work our way back up to Justin right now. So far, it looks like he is still the leader. Kyle Todd, P2. Chris Murphy, P3. Byron Jones up to P4. And Tyler Dohar in P5. So the top four kind of getting just a little bit of a gap on the rest. And coming off of the final turn. And Justin Anaskog, old NNR Rowdy, will go ahead and lead the first lap. Looks like Brandon Pike has gone around there. So far, no yellow. Looks like Robert Amaral had a little bit of an issue as well, but able to keep it moving. We're going to stay green. Good job by everybody so far. All right, so we see our front pack. These top 4 right now are definitely our front pack. If we go back and look at Tyler Dohar in this number 78 Miller High Life truck, he's sitting in P number 5. Behind him, you see a pretty decent sized gap back to Dale Rapp in his number 52. And then Mike Allen, a guy that was just talking about out there in chat, saying good luck to all drivers driving or piloting this number 88 with Gary Huffins in that 51. And then how about Cole Snyder right now? So far up 3 spots since qualifying. And then Connor Cunningham to round out your top 10. Oh, looks like the 8's going to send it around. That's Connor Cunningham. Maybe just a little bit of throttle coming off the corner, trying to hold on to it, trying to get back into the throttle, but not too much because that will just continue to loop you around. Navigate that bad boy back out on track, grab a gear, get back going, and slowly work your way on back through. Just got a notification now. Oh, Cole Snyder in the 51 of Gary Huffins. They are wrecked sitting on pit road. Yeah, I was going to say I was waiting for that caution because the bottom half of the track is definitely blocked. Woo, that was close. That was close. Cole Snyder almost collected the 71 of Mike Campbell or Papa Bear. But he's definitely got some smoke billowing out the back end of that HendrickCars.com number 24 Silverado. And unfortunately, that could be terminal for that 24 because there are no fast repairs in the Sunday night series. So he's going to have to hope that the motor in this Chevrolet holds on for him to be able to work his way back to pit road, which is all the way around this 13 or 14 turn track, and come on down pit road. It'll be a lengthy stay, but also another good thing about it being a lengthy course is he can stay on there for a while without actually going a lap down, as long as Justin Aniscock has also kind of let up and doesn't carry a whole lot of speed, or didn't have to carry a whole lot of speed to catch up to the leaders. So very, very unfortunate for for Cole, but yeah, looks like the 51 is stuck into the wall as well. Not quite sure what's happened with him or why he hasn't been able to tow, but now you see the 3. He's going to try to go ahead and catch up to the pace car, which yeah, there's a pace truck right there. So Barney's still waving the yellow. All right, so everybody collected by the pace truck, and you see the kind of gap that first through fourth had, all going back to 5th. Tyler Dohar is just now catching up to the back end of the field. All right, let's go ahead and switch over from that ticker over to our full scoring tower. That way, everybody out there can also keep tabs on the amount of laps as well. So far, Justin Aniscock has led every lap from the pole. Kyle Taub, Chris Murphy, Byron Jones, Tyler Dohar. Well, that's going to round out your top 5. Mike Allen, Dale Rapp, Pacey White, John Ross, and Brandon Pike, your top 10. 11th, Charles Keller Jr., Mike Campbell III, Connor Cunningham, Josh Arnold, and Mike Papa Bear Campbell is up to 15th. Gary Huffins, Cole Snyder, Robert Amaral, Brad Rivers, and Elric George. I'm going to get something happen with Brad Rivers and Elric George because they actually did not stop. So we're just going to have 18 trucks on track here from the Indy Road Course. Let's see if anybody actually comes down pit road. I don't imagine that will be. Let's go ahead and actually take another look at our weather. There you go. So Still 79 degree air temperature. Looks like 113 degree track temp. And yeah, quite a few guys actually coming on down pit road. I am actually, honestly, very surprised by this. Looks like the 21 of Chris Murphy, he's going to go ahead and stay out, as well as the 00 of Pacey Wygen. So now Justin Anisgok led going down pit road. Let's see if he's actually able to come out the same way. Pit road speed here is a miserable 45 miles per hour. So it takes a while to get to your pit stop. But it's also very, very easy to speed getting to your pit and then speed coming out. In the practice laps I ran here earlier, it's very easy to go past 40 or 45 miles an hour, especially under any kind of adrenaline that you may have pumping, wanting to beat your competition off of pit road. And you see there's the 3. He's going to be able to hold serve. Second place going to be pretty close, and that's what we're seeing. All right, so Chris Murphy, he stayed out. Let's pull up some info on him and see if maybe we can find him right quick. There he is. He's hanging out down there in the KS Gaming Group. Chris Murphy, driver of this Hiring Our Heroes number 21 Ford F-150. But you stayed out. You got Pacey right behind. He's got a bit of damage from going around earlier. Everybody else came down pit road. You feeling pretty good about the practice you had, or is there a certain strategy that I'm sure you won't want to give away? You got something up your sleeve to just try to lead some laps and gain some points here?
Oh, I'm not confident at all in my practice. I'm terrible at road courses. My logic here was I wanted to stay in front of everybody else. I didn't want to be back in that big mess, and I'd rather just pit like under green and hope everybody was spread out enough where I don't have to worry about getting wrecked.
Well, man, if that's the safest way to make sure that you complete all the laps and get as many points as you can, I definitely feel you there, man. I was just telling everybody else out there in chat, I turned a few laps here earlier, and I couldn't get it going, man. This track is extremely loose. As I just brought up the weather a little bit ago, right now it's a 79 degree air temp. Do you want to know what the track temp is, or you want me to leave that to your imagination?
I'm just gonna imagine it's like the surface of the sun. It's really slick out here. I'm just hoping I can keep it on the asphalt and not touch the grass.
All right, buddy. Well, I won't tell you that it's a cool, calm, and collected 116 degrees. So you go ahead, you go out there, you do your thing, and hopefully we're talking to you again, just like here as of late. So we'll let you get back. I know you're hanging out with the KS Gaming guys. Good luck, sir.
Thank you very much.
You got it, buddy. Again, that was Chris Murphy, driver of this number 21, Hiring Our Heroes Ford F-150. Guys and gals, if you want to know what Hiring the Heroes is, it is actually a post-military service program that helps veterans learn skills to be hired in the corporate world after following orders their entire military career. It's about kind of putting aside military ways, getting back into the civilian world and doing what you got to do with that. I mean, everything from working on your resume to building interviewing skills. Basically, think about a full transition from one kind of a life to another. I went through the transition assistance program back when I left the service, and it was absolutely instrumental in getting everything that I needed to go on over, and I don't want to say get a real job, because defending our country is very much a real job, but yeah, Hiring Our Heroes, very, very worthwhile time here, and I'm glad that he's got that up there. All right, so let's go ahead and clear that away, and let's go ahead and bring this up, widen this out just a little bit. They only just passed the start stripe. less than half a lap ago. So they're about to go through the other half again. Very, very slow, 45 or 50 miles per hour. Let's see if we can find out exactly. Looks like Cole Snyder out right now. He's still on pit road. I imagine he's got a lot of repairs that he's going to have to make. And you see the 51 of Gary Huffins there as well. They don't show to be out of the race because they're actually still showing in pit. It's not like for Elric George or Brad Rivers. These guys are actually in pits, not done for the day, or at least so far. All right, let's go ahead and bring back our pack. So the 21 and 00 Pacey Wygant, Justin Anaskok in that number 3, 16 of Kyle Taub, Tyler Dohar, P number 5, Byron Jones, P6, and Dale Rapp, P7, Mike Allen, John Ross, and Charles Keller. Going to go ahead and round out your top 10. Let's take the weather away. These guys don't need to be reminded of just how slick it is out there. They're about to find out what it's like all over again once they take that green flag, trying to whoa and slow these things up going into turn number 1. If you remember right, turn number 1 just a few weeks ago in the NASCAR world was Calamity Corner. Saw all kinds of drivers just really stuffing it into that corner. I don't think we're going to see that out of these guys, but we're about to see the pace truck go ahead and come on down pit road. There it is. You'll see the cars up there on track about to do their thing, and we're about to set these guys on fire one more time. Barney's got the green flag well in hand. Let's get ready to go. Green flag. Let's go racing. Chris Murphy with a pretty decent start. He's got Pacey to his outside going into the turns. Looks like 21's going to have a little bit of an advantage. Whoop, wrong one. Sorry, guys. There we go. Going up through those S's. So far, looks like pretty good, all things considered. And, yeah, 21's going to be able to hold off Pacey. Here comes the 16 of Kyle Taub up his inside. And, oh boy, good thing those turtles don't kick you out any further than they did, because that could have been pretty bad for those 3. As it looks like the 3 of Justin Anaskok, he's going to try to split them. He was able to get on by the 16, not by the 00 of Pacey, but also looks like Tyler Dohar able to move up past Kyle Taub also. Mike Allen and Charles Keller look like they just had a little bit of an issue in the back. So far, though, no caution. We're staying green. Now, right now, Justin Anaskok, he's got the fastest lap of the field so far with a 1:33.46. Let's actually go on board with him and see exactly what he's got going on in this silver. Oh, he's actually going to come down pit road. Something's going on with Justin. Not 100% sure. That will more than likely is some kind of an admin issue. They've gone ahead and sent him down pit road. Let's get back to our leader. Looks like Chris Murphy's got a decent little gap of just about a second over Pacey Wygant. Tyler Dohar just a little bit further back, 1.25. Let's actually go ahead and bring up your gap rather than last time on your scoring pylon. That way you can see where everybody is, where your favorite driver is at, and what's going on. Pacey looks like, Chris looks like he gets a pretty good run off that corner, able to get on out there to that white asphalt or that white concrete and get a pretty good launch. And even there, going through, looks like turn number 5, able to kick that truck sideways and not really lose any real grip. Checking in with the battle right here between Kyle Taub and Tyler Dohar. Kyle Taub now to the inside of that 78. Here comes Byron Jones. Looks like he's going to try as well. Dohar kind of shutting that door. It really depends who's going to be able to take this spot by getting into this next corner and off. Ooh, that was a little close. You saw the back end of that deuce kick out just a little bit, but able to control it. I think Dohar gave him a little extra room that the 2 needed. Chris Murphy coming on off the last turn. He's going to be the first one to see that yard of bricks, this time in reverse here on the road course, where normally when they run the oval, they're coming from the opposite direction when it's just a this 4-turn 90-degree angle track. Very, very historic track. If you just joined, big thank you for coming out. Definitely appreciate it, whether you're watching on Twitch, Facebook, YouTube, or the brand new sim racing channel on Roku TV. I am Pete Ruzick, better known as Repeat. Welcome aboard, and thanks for coming out, hanging out, chatting it up, and yeah, keeping me company, keeping all of us company. It is very much appreciated, and all these drivers like to see it week in and week out. You'll even catch some of them saying, yo, I've got to thank my smoking hot wife or something like that when it comes time for post-race interviews, if they happen to make it to the booth. We only talk to the top 3 when it's all said and done. Working lap number 9 out of 50 right now. If it was to end this lap so far, it looks like it would be Chris Murphy, Pacey Wygant, and Kyle Taub. Very, very close battle right here for P number 4 by Byron Jones. Tyler Doar just a little bit further back in or rounding out your top 5. Brandon Pike, John Ross, John Arnold, Connor Cunningham, and Dale Rapp. Speaking of Josh Arnold, let's go back and catch up with this 22. This is last season's Truck Series winner, and I'll tell you what, this man is consistent. That is exactly how he won the championship. He pointed everybody to death. And man, when you're consistent and you can do everything right and have very few issues come back to bite you, you can have one hell of a championship season. And that's exactly what Josh Arnold had last year or last season in this Pennzoil Double Deuce. Good to see him back, not only here, but also on Tuesday nights when the Turned Out for What Next Gen Cup Series goes live over with KS Gaming 51. I see the 62 around. Looks like most are going to be able to work their way on by, including the guy we've been following right there, Josh Arnold in that 22. I believe that was going to be Brandon Pike back there. So let's see if we can go back and find out what happened with Brandon and if he was able to write that number 62 money line ship. And yep, looks like he was. But we're staying green. You're not missing anything up front, as you can see on the scoring pylon. Chris Murphy still leading. Pacey Wygant, Kyle Taub, Byron Jones, and Tyler Doar still your top 5. Looks like Charles Keller has had a little bit of an issue. Let's see if we can find out what happened with him right now. Coming through, you see this number 1. I have a feeling it's probably going to be a little bit of a loose issue, maybe under throttle. Not right there. Next turn. No, actually looking pretty good so far. Is it going to be the next turn up, or was I already past it? Let's see. A lot of speed into the corner. Hold on to it. Hold on to it. Good job. All right, let's go ahead and bring it back live. All right, so let's bring it back to our leader, Chris Murphy, right now with a 1.7 second gap back to P2. When we talked to Chris, he was like, man, I don't know. I'm not a big fan of this track. I'm not very good. Well, look at him right now. You know, sitting P1 with a 1.2 second lead back to Kyle Taub. 1.8 back to Byron Jones. 3 seconds back to Pacey Wygant. 9 back to Dohar. And 24 seconds back to Josh Arnold. Now, we saw Justin Anasagak have to pit earlier. And right now he is sitting 1 minute and 11 seconds behind the lead. Now, the man's bad fast here. He proved that in practice and also in qualifying. So let's see if he's actually able to work his way back up through. Let's actually go back with Justin right now and see what he's got going on. Let's take a look. Actually, let's go ahead and take a look at his last lap times. So Chris Murphy, P1 ran a 1:35.9, so pretty much a 1:36. You look at Justin Aniscock down there with a 1:40, so just a little bit slower. So not quite sure if Justin's running a little slower to maybe try to save a little fuel, save a little tire, knowing that cautions won't automatically fly just because somebody goes off track or something like that you might normally see at on an oval. The course has to actually be blocked in order for the yellow to fly. So we'll see how this 3 progresses through the field as the night goes on. Looks like Byron Jones was just able to crawl up to P3. Looks like Kyle Taub was able to get on by. Let's see how. Ooh, that was close. Let's see how that pass happened. Alright, so it looks like he just got a better run off the corner and was really able to drag this all the way down this very, very long straight. Outbrake him here. Turn right. 21 does the same exact thing. Great job by both that nobody ran the corner too deep, and with all that going on, that really allowed the 2 of Byron Jones to work his way back up. Let's go back live. So Kyle Taub's fastest lap of the race was a 1:33.7. Chris Murphy's fastest was a 1:33.8. Let's go ahead and actually bring back your gaps here. And Byron Jones is a 1:33.8 also. Chris Murphy's a 1:33.83. Byron Jones is a 1:33.88. Everybody else on the field, except for Justin Aniscock, way back in 14th, is in the 134s or higher, which is why you see these guys really stretching it out on the rest of the field. Byron Jones, a little bit of a crossover here. Great job by him, able to use the brakes to get on by and get a great launch off of that corner. That was actually really, really impressive. Good job, Byron, and great job, Chris Murphy, for seeing the run coming and allowing that 2 to move on by without much of an issue. Still a lot of racing yet to go. 13 laps in out of 50 here from the Indianapolis Motor Speedway road course. Hold on away, Byron. Road course, and lot to go. So now this is the gap from P1 back to P2. Very, very quick, 1.9 seconds. So Kyle Taub definitely knows how to get around this place, and he's proving it. Once he got around the 21, well, then again, he's on older tires. The 21 is on older tires, I should say. Actually, I take that back. Yeah, Kyle Taub, Byron Jones, Chris Murphy, Macy Wygant, and Joe. No, they all came down. So I'm having just a little bit of an issue with scoring. It's telling me that they didn't actually come down on lap 4 when I know that they did. So, because there were only 2 cars or 2 trucks that stayed out, and that was the 00 of Pacey Wygant and the 21 of Mr. Murphy. All right, let's go ahead and pick up Kyle Taub. Let's jump in the cockpit with him, take a lap around this place since he just came through turn 1, and see how he's handling this place. Go ahead and crank it up. Kyle Todd right now having just a little bit of trouble with the lap traffic. That's going to be the one out there of Charles Keller. Keller had some issues earlier, but it was able to hold it for the most part. And as they come across the start stripe, that is a lap all the way around this place with Kyle Todd under immense pressure from the two of Byron Jones. All right, so we see what the battle for the lead is like. Let's go back just a little bit. Pick up with Pacey Wygant. Looks like he's got nothing right now. He's got the one right in front of him. How about Tyler Doar back here in this number 78? He's kind of all by his lonesome, running some laps and doing them as quickly as possible. Back to the 8 GameStop machine for Connor Cunningham. Looking pretty stable. No real big wiggles out of him. How about the 22? How about this? How about we actually start all over and we reintroduce you to everybody here in the Turn Down for What iRacing Truck Series. And yeah, introduce you to our drivers. Let's go. All right, so Kyle Todd out of Loxahatchee, Florida, and doing pretty good right now, sitting P1. But you see Byron Jones right now, very definitely applying the pressure to his trumpet, and man, doing a great job. Speaking of Byron Jones, out of Goodyear, Arizona, with Pacey Wygant, he just came down pit road in his 00 from upstate New York. Tyler Dohauer out of Walbridge, Ohio, with Connor Cunningham right behind him. No information given. Josh Arnold from Hattiesburg, Mississippi. Behind him in P number 7 is going to be John Ross in this number 1 from Bell Buckle, Tennessee. The last time I talked to him about him, I said it was Belt Buckle, and yeah, I was just a little wrong. Chris Murphy out of Union, Washington, sitting P number 8 after restarting once that caution came out on in P number 1 after not pitting. Behind him is going to be the 62 of Brandon Pike in his Ford F-150. Dale Rapp in his 52, sitting P number 10. And then right behind him, you see Justin Anisigok from Kenai, Alaska. Yeah, racing around here with Russian internet, I tell you. No, I'm just kidding. But yeah, good to see Rowdy back out here and trying to make things happen. Mike Papa Bear Campbell from right here in Randleman, North Carolina, home of Richard Petty, sitting in P number 12 right now. Right behind him is going to be Mike Allen from Tomhannock, New York. He's team captain. Mike Campbell III from Michigan. Cole Snyder from Whitehaven, Pennsylvania. I know right where that is. Gary Huffins, also on pit road, sitting P18. And then Elric George and Bradley Rivers not able to make the field. But Brad Rivers out of Ogdensburg, New York. All right, let's go back up, pick up with Kyle Todd, see exactly what's going on, clear this away, and get right back at it. So as you can see by that track map on the top right-hand side of your screen, a lot of separation between these drivers. And that's all due to the way that they're getting into the corner, any kind of issues that they've had. Anything else. I mean, really, this right now is probably the battle on track. I mean, you might be able to go back to about P number 5 right now and pick up with Josh Arnold. You see I believe that's going to be the 00. No, that's going to be, who is that right behind? Nope, it's not Chris Murphy. That might be that might have been the 1. Of Charles Keller. Yep, there it is. That was Charles Keller behind the 22 of Josh Arnold. Looks like the 1 is going to go ahead and move aside and let the 21 for Chris Murphy go on by. 1 taking that turn really, really slow. I tell you, I got to admire the people that are out here just looking to score points. You know, this is only originally started a 20 truck field. There are a few people out, so the field has shrunk just a little bit. In fact, I think right now there's probably only 17 guys on track. Some still in the pits. Talking about Mike Campbell III, Cole Snyder, and Gary Huppins after Gary and Cole were parked looking at the inside wall much earlier. Saw the smoke billowing out of the back of the 24 and ended up having to park it for required repairs on pit road. So up front, this is still the battle for the lead right now. Kyle Taub has it, Byron Jones wants it, and these two are literally nose to tail. Now these two are battling it out based off of road race skill alone. There's very little draft here at the Indy road course, so they've got to be able to do all this on their own merits. Is there maybe a little bit of a pull down that long back straightaway between turns like 5 and 6? If that's, I'm pretty sure that's what they are. Yeah, very possible. But these guys, for the most part, having to use the braking zones, know how to get the most out of them, know right when to get back on the throttle, know how much throttle to give, and so on. So, got to give these guys a lot of credit. Byron Jones all over the back end of that 16. Going to cut him a whole lot of slack and just stay right there in his tire tracks. Save a little fuel. Maybe try to worry the 16 just a little bit and try to see if you can get him to make a mistake without you pushing it too hard and making a mistake of your own. You know, we rode along with Kyle Taub earlier. What do you say we jump on board with the 2 of Byron Jones and see what he's got going on? Let's take a look. All right, so good job by these guys coming on down pit road. So green flag pit stops underway. Working lap number 20 of 50. And these guys had a caution on lap number 4 to where they were able to come on down and top off. So we're talking about 16, maybe 17 laps of fuel in these trucks at a grueling 45 miles per hour all the way down to their pit stall. There you see the 4 trucks on the left-hand side that had some issues. Going to pull up right behind the pace truck. Get your service. It looks like the 3 of Justin Anaskak, he's going to go ahead and leave pit road. Let's see what kind of times he's able to pull now on 4 brand new Eagle Feel Goods and a full tank of Sunoco E15 fuel. As he came out of pit road right there, it was P number 8. So Justin still really working it. But how about that battle? We saw Kyle Taub get to his pit stall before the 2 of Byron Jones. Byron Jones able to have a better pit stall, and he's going to come out in traffic right next to the 22 of Josh Arnold. Still under this flag, and there's a surprise. 78 Tyler Dohar leading the way. You know, the man, I say it every single week, no, irregardless of the kind of track, the man is great at saving a little fuel, able to go that one extra lap. Here he comes down pit road, trying to make up as much time before he gets to that commitment cone, and he will also slow on down to that 45 mile an hour, getting to his pit stop. And that should hand the lead over here to the 21 of Chris Murphy. 21, there you see the 99 off track. Great control by him not to come back up into the leaders. Chris Murphy P2, Byron Jones P3, Kyle Todd P4, Pacey Wygen P number 5, Josh Arnold, Connor Cunningham, and others. Let's actually pick up with Tyler Dohar. Okay, there he is, just now pulling into his pit stall. So he's got to, I thought by now he would have gotten to it, but not at that slow pace. So Chris Murphy back out front, Byron Jones, Kyle Todd, Pacey Wygen, and it should cycle through to Connor Cunningham out here in this number 8 GameStop Ford F-150. If he's actually able to come on by before it goes on by Dohar. Nope. Dohar is actually going to go ahead and come out of the pits right now and beat him along. Bill's Legend says CCR, baby, talking about Kyle Taub. Yeah, Taub has led a few laps. He had the two of Byron Jones all over his back end. Now, looks like Byron Jones is able to go on up there and take the lead. There is Chris Murphy, and Kyle Taub right behind him with the 62, which is a lap-down truck. So that Moneyline machine definitely has had some difficulties today, and just really needs to see the battle that these guys have, and just let the leaders go. But now at the same time, the 62, he's got to be a little weary. More than likely, I believe right now that's going to put him first in line to be the first truck one lap down. Let's actually go ahead and bring back your scoring pylon just to be 100% sure. And the 62 is Brandon Pipe, and yeah, he is the first truck one lap down right now. Justin Anasagak in that number 18, old NNR Rowdy, sitting back P number 8. This man has come from 21st or 20th position, or no, actually 18th position, to work his way back up through the field after getting what looked like an EOL early, or just forgot to maybe grab tires or grab fuel. So Justin, he had the fastest lap in qualifying, had the fastest lap in practice, and he's also got the fastest lap in the race. So he's trying to work his way back through the field, and he's got just over half of the race left to try to get on up there and get going. Bill says, come on, J-Pie and Top, get your boop up there. I need to get a beeping button, I think. Maybe I might need to get a bleep button. Yeah. So here's Josh Arnold right now sitting in P number 7, kind of all by his lonesome. I don't recall Josh having any kind of issue, but definitely or clearly separated from the field while you got that much bigger pack on the other side of the track. Let's take a look around this number 22, see if he's got any damage anywhere. Let's start with the left front. Yeah, okay, so there's some, but then again on a road course, you're really not too worried about aero, so that might not really be an issue. Let's take a look at his left rear. Left rear looks all right. How about the right front? Nope, all good there, and the right rear also good there. So it's just the left front that he's got any kind of an issue with. Don't really see any issues on the back end, and nose looks pretty good as well. So there you go, Bills. Definitely missing you out here, buddy. Hope all is well. All right, let's get back up there with that battle for the lead, which right now doesn't really seem to be too much of a battle. Byron Jones able to pull away from Chris Murphy by a good 3+ seconds. As you see one truck go through the grass behind him. Looks like that actually was Kyle Taub. The truck was definitely bright red in this KT Designs Ford F-150. Let's go ahead and widen it out. 21 just a little bit of loose, getting back under throttle. Whew. I think that was Pacey Wygen just a little bit back there that almost went off of track. And yeah, he's definitely got some issues down his left side. I see the 62, still the first truck, 1 lap down. The 99 as well of Ross. Pike and Ross, that is a battle to get the lucky dog should that caution fly. So this right here means a whole lot. 62, little loose under throttle. Able to hold on to it though, get back out on track, grab a gear and get back going. But that put the 99 of Ross right back into contention should a caution fly. Not missing anything up front. Byron Jones still leading. Chris Murphy P2, Kyle Todd P3, Pacey Wygett P4, and Tyler Dohar P number 5. Tyler Dohar a little ways back. If you judge it from the leader, Dohar is a little over 28 seconds back. Looks like Gary Huffins and Charles Keller might have had a little bit of an issue in the back. Let's go ahead back, find out what happened with these guys. See the number 51, the Hot Tamales machine. He's back out on track after having to come down and fix this thing up. Able to save it, no damage to that thing. But when he backed up, did he collect somebody else? Nope, not so much. So let's find out what happened with Charles Keller. I don't believe that's Keller coming up behind him. Let's see. Nope. All right, let's go. Here's the one of Charles Keller. Just being very, very slow, making sure that he's got the turn, trying to get back on throttle. Truck didn't get too upset there. All right, let's go ahead and bring it back live. All right, let's go through the field again, take a look around, see exactly what's going on here. There is Kyle Taub. Chris Murphy right behind him in his number 21, hiring our heroes for it. Pacey Wygett also a little bit further back in this 00, and then of course Tyler Dohar way back again, about 30 seconds or almost 30 seconds behind the leader. Connor Cunningham in his GameStop number 8, sitting P number 6. Josh Arnold still P7 in this Pennzoil double deuce. Justin Anasagak still P8. Now 7 spots back from where he qualified. Again, after qualifying on pole, but had to serve an EOL. There you see the 88 for Mike Allen, Brandon Pike in this number 62. John Ross in this number 99. Looks like that 62 was able to get back on by the 99, so good job by him. And then Dale Rapp in his number 71. 52. That was the truck we just saw off track sliding through the grass just a little bit ago. Charles Keller in this number 1. Mike Campbell. It looks like he is on pit road. Cole Snyder also back out on track after some lengthy repairs, and he is several laps down, but still he's going to grab points right now, sitting P16. Pop Bear Campbell in that number 71, sitting P15. Keller 14th. Campbell, Pop Bear is sitting P13. His son is 15th. Rapp 12th. Ross 11th. Pike 10th. Allen 9th. Anasagak 8th. Arnold 7th. Cunningham, Dohar, Wygett, Murphy, Taub, and Jones. All right, so Byron Jones now with a good 7 seconds between himself and Kyle Taub. They both last pit on lap number 20, came out on lap 21. So I imagine they'll have to pit again on lap 40 with about 10 laps to go. That could be the money stop for these guys. So we should see that in just about 16 laps. Again, I believe this plays all in all about 13 to 15 turns, depending on what you count going through these numerous sets of S's. But yeah, Byron Jones leading. Kyle Taub 7.5 seconds back. So we started the ride along with this deuce earlier before The round of green flag pit stops kicked off. As Byron Jones comes off of the final turn, we'll go ahead and jump on board. Y'all go ahead and crank it up, and let's turn the lap with this young guy. All right, just a little bit of a pucker moment there for Byron. I just saw the one lose it and go around. I thought for sure that was going to be his luck, and he'd get tagged in the rear end and end up going around. But hey, when you got something going your way, it doesn't always come back to bite you. So good job by Byron. Let's keep on going. Back to Kyle Taub. He's getting by that one right now. Chris Murphy right back here as well. So that's going to be second and third. Pacey White still P number 4. Tyler Dohar P number 5. Just a little bit further back watching this battle for the first truck one lap down. '99 and 62 still very, very close to each other. Just whoa, 62! Whoa, that man, you got to give him credit for trying. But he's going to go ahead and loop around this money line Ford F-150 one more time. Didn't collect anybody else, so just himself. But that's going to lose a lot of ground to that 99. He really tried to make up a lot of time by going airborne over those rumble strips or over those turtles. Really screwed up the balance of his truck. I've seen some other people do the same thing, but never catch all 4 tires on those turtles. And yeah, airborne and nowhere to go once he landed and got back on the throttle. Dale Rapp back here in this number 52. Looks like his Silverado's also just a little loose under throttle. 21 laps remaining. I'm going to assume we're going to start seeing our leaders come down pit road very soon. I would imagine either this lap or the next lap for this driver right here, Byron Jones. You see how he came across those turtles with just the right-hand side? That's the difference between what he did and what the 62 did. Let's see if Byron comes in this time. If not, I imagine it'll definitely be next time. It'd be interesting to see the fuel gauges on some of these trucks. We know Dohar's good at saving fuel. Is his fuel saving going to be enough to grab a spot? Or are these guys one lap short and he was able to save that? Who really knows? Only these guys do. right, so moment of truth here for Byron. Does he come down pit road or is he staying out? Let's see. Nope, he stayed out, so he's going to go around one more time. Will he come in with 20 laps to go? We'll have to see. Kyle Taub also stayed out. Pacey Wygen here. Pacey's coming down in his Mountain Dew 00. So Pacey's going to come out with 4 brand new Eagle Fuel Goods. Full of fuel, I should say. And come on back out. Pacey right now, right where he started. He's in P3. He started P3. You see some of the lap trucks going on by. That just goes to show the kind of gap that some of these guys had between each other. Kyle Taub right now is showing in P number 2, also right where he started. Byron Jones up 4 spots. Tyler Dohar up 3 spots. Pacey Wygen falling back to 4th. Connor Cunningham to round out the top 5, sitting in P number 5, up 10 spots on his night. Really nobody around, and nobody anywhere around this 00 for Pacey. You see the number 3 truck for Justin Anasigok right now sitting in P number 6, trying to work his way through, and great effort by this guy to make up as much time as he possibly could. Like I said, he got what looked like an EOL early, maybe for jumping the restart, not 100% sure. And he's had to battle his way back, and he's absolutely done that. All right, so Byron Jones looks like he stayed out one more as he just came across that yard of bricks. Well, I would imagine he's going to have to come in next time then. He's got to be getting very, very close on fuel. His tires got to be screaming at him as well, saying, man, let's go. See the 21. See the 21 all over the back end of this too. 21 again, Chris Murphy. He came down pit road. He's got 4 brand new tires. So he's going to go ahead and grab his lap back after falling back just a little bit earlier. And I imagine that means that the 2 will come down pit road. And when it all cycles through, it should fall back to Tyler Dohar and then the 21 of Christopher Murphy. So coming down the back part of the track, going to go ahead and see if they pull down pit road this time by. I would imagine Byron will, as he kicks out, even just getting down through the gears, trying to woo that thing up. I imagine it's time. Oh, he's gonna stay out again. So wow, yeah. Again, I don't know what the fuels are like, what the tires are like. I don't know what any of them are like, and I could also be completely wrong on the amount of laps these guys are able to run under green flag. I don't know exactly how much fuel he's saved if he's backed off the throttle in a couple spots, trying to save a little bit, kind of manage the gap that he has over second place, being Kyle Taub. Kyle Taub right now just a very, very mere 1.4 seconds behind. So Byron Jones, he was able to run away earlier, but Kyle Taub starting to reel him back in, just 1.3 behind, and then 33 seconds back to Dohar. 1 minute 4 seconds to Pacey, 1 minute 5 seconds to Connor Cunningham, 1:08 back to Anasigok, 1:16 back to Arnold, and Murphy 1:36. Murphy very, very close to going a lap down, which would put just the top 7 left on the lead lap. So Kyle Taub has clearly ran this 2 back down. Can he get in there? Can he get it get it to show. Rock, thank you very much for the help, sir. Definitely appreciate you as always, buddy. Battle for the lead going into turn number 1. Big braking zone, but both of these guys' tires are completely worn. You see the 2, he's still got the lead. You see the 16 of Kyle Taub up there. He's trying to get it back. It's all about who can get on the throttle and stay on it the most right now without these trucks kicking out on him. You see Byron just getting a little sideways. You see the 16 of Kyle Taub. You see some lap traffic coming up over that one turtle right there. Kyle Taub able to take back the lead. We saw this before though. Kyle Taub took the lead, and when it came time to pitting, Byron Jones was able to beat him out of the pits. 17 laps remaining. This is the battle for the lead right here. Kyle Taub ran him back down from several seconds back once the two's tires got worn out. Let's see how this unfolds. Will these guys stay the top 2 when it's all said and done? When will Tyler Dohar right now, that's running here in P number 3, will he be able to go on up there and lead another lap? Will he be able to finish here in P number 3 when it's all said and done and sitting in the booth to chat with me and first and second place? Pacey Wydja back here in P number 4. Connor Cunningham P number 5. So that's still your top 5. And looks like John Ross in that number 99 is still the first truck 1 lap down. Josh Arnold back here sitting in P number 6. A little over a minute behind. Murphy 1.29 behind after getting his lap back when the leaders went on by. And then Anaskok is now 1 lap down. So something must have happened with him, and he's actually fallen a lap down after starting on the pole. So Taub and Byron back up to the lead. This is the battle right here. I mean, these guys have it. The rest of the field wants it. Byron wants it back. Taub is happy that he's got it back. What will this battle look like for the rest of the race? Will a lap truck come into play? What's going to go on? Really slow truck, gonna kind of get in the way. Just didn't mean to. He was all the way up on the rumble strips. Didn't mean to cut into the lead of the 16 of Kyle Taub. I want to check something to see if I don't think I missed it. I don't think I missed them going down pit road, but I'm gonna double check. Nope. Last time Kyle Taub came down was on lap 20. Same thing as Byron Jones. So these guys came down together before. I imagine they're going to try to come on down together again. But how much fuel do they actually have in this thing trying to go the distance? Taub now with a 2.2 second lead over Byron Jones. 35 back to Tyler Dohar. Between Dohar and Pacey Wydja, another 21 seconds back. Between Connor Cunningham, which looks like he's going to come down pit road in his number 8, sitting in P number 5, and the rest of the field as the times continue to scroll along. But yeah, so this should open it up, because the last time the 8 came down, they were very, very close as well between Kyle Taub and Byron Jones. Yeah, Pop Bear, I definitely understand. Very, very tricky track. A whole lot to see and do out there, as here comes our leaders. Kyle Tobb, Byron Jones, nose to tail, coming down. Now, the last time they came down together, Byron was just a little bit closer to the back end of the 16, and Tyler Doher should be able to catch up to these guys. It looks like he's about 37 seconds behind, but I'm sure that... Oh, this... Okay, gotcha. Yeah, I'm sure that it'll be interesting the way this all plays out. Byron kind of short on his pit, while Kyle Tobb was able to pull right into it. And so far, Tyler Doher has not been able to work his way on by. Still trying to figure that out. Tobb down and away. Byron down and away. So these two will be able to hold on to their positions. It looks like Tyler Doher has also brought it down pit road. Pacey Wygent, we just saw him a little bit ago. Right now, went ahead and picked up P number 3. Last time Pacey was on pit road was lap number 30. So I imagine he's probably going to be good for the rest of the way. But we'll have to see. Definitely appreciate it, Mike. Absolutely appreciate it. Says, great streaming content as always. Got loose and let the 16 by. Made contact. My fault. Very tricky track. Great racers against. Great job as always. Yeah, I got to agree. I said at the very, very beginning of the broadcast that I tried to turn a few laps out here with the 71, and yeah, I could not get it done. So hats off to everybody here that's been able to go on out and do their thing. Here is that 71, speaking of them. Right now sitting in P number 13. At least it looks like about 3 laps down. So, hey, points are points as the season rolls on. And every point is very, very important. So now earlier in the race, Byron Jones very, very fast when he came out on 4 brand new Eagle Feel Goods and was able to pull away from the 16 of Kyle Tobb. Now Kyle Tobb has the lead. Will he be aggressive and get up there to try to pull away from the 2? Or will the 2 be aggressive and try to pull up to the back bumper of the 16, or maybe catch him in a braking zone? We'll have to see how that all works. Pacey Wygent now back here. He's been able to close up the gap significantly and really make up some big time. Mike Campbell says, let's go, Byron Jones. Yeah, definitely got to agree with you. In that Patriot Esports, TJ's team, number 2, Chevy Silverado. Got to agree with you. Track's very, very slick. Let's actually pull up the weather again, see what the track temp has gone to. Last I saw was about 115 degrees. Let's go ahead and take a look now. Looks like 79 degree air temp, so that really hasn't changed. Yeah, neither has the track temperature on the bottom there. 115 degrees Fahrenheit. So these guys have had to deal with a very, very tricky and slick track all night long. Let's go ahead and pick up the onboard with Byron Jones. See if there's any spot where he's actually able to close in on Kyle Tobb just a little bit. Y'all out there in chat, it stands whether you're watching on Twitch, YouTube, Facebook, or the Sim Racing channel on Roku. Go ahead and crank it up. Battle for the lead's getting very intense. Let's go. One truck's going to come into play. He had a little bit of an issue earlier. We saw the 1 spin around the last time the 2 tried to get on by. Here is the battle side by side through these S's. Byron Jones all over the back end of this 16, pushing him, shoving him, getting him into and off the corners. One's going to go ahead and pull aside, let the leaders go. Let's go back to his nose and watch this race. See the two get just a little bit loose there, back under throttle. Let's actually pick up with Kyle Taub and look back from his gearbox back to the two. Eleven laps to go. Two again, a little loose under throttle, trying to get just a little too much out of it out there in that concrete. And let's go ahead and bring it back out one more time. There they are, 52 just ahead of them. There might be a little bit of a draft advantage on that straightaway. If there is, it's not going to be much because the draft isn't going to be that strong. Two, letting the 16 back in. If that was the last lap, I don't know if that would have happened. And the same thing if the roles were reversed. Still the two applying all kinds of pressure to the back end of that KT's Designs. Number 16, see the monster, you see the U.S. Air Force symbol on the side. Man, what a great job between these two. 52 on by. Now they're up to the back end of the 71 for Mike Papa Campbell. Again, Papa is looks like about 3 laps down. I imagine that he will let these guys just go when they get up to him. No doubt in my mind, he is that kind of a racer. Races with a lot of integrity. Man, he's got a great front row seat at a great battle for the lead. Pop Air's going to go ahead and move on up just a little bit. It's going to give a little bit of the track to the 16. Get on by. Pop pulls over. Byron now all over the back end of that 16 one more time. Back side by side through this inner loop, up through this little short S. And, man, they have been after it every single lap. I don't know if the 16 is trying to make Byron use his stuff up, or is Byron trying to make the 16 use his stuff up to hold him back. Looks like a little bit of a wreck in the back. Brandon Pike and Pacey Wygen. Byron a little too hot going over the turtles. Throws it sideways. It's going to cost him at least P2. Let's go back to, looks like Tyler Dohar 40-plus seconds behind. He won't lose second, but that's going to hurt Byron to say the least. Now Kyle Taub up 4.5 seconds. So, man, that was a great race while that part right there lasted. And it ain't over yet. 10 laps to go here from the Indianapolis Motor Speedway road course. You see Byron come off that last turn up there, a little squirrely. He's trying to get that thing to dig for all it's worth. Still 4.3 seconds between first and second. We'll have to see if that gap closes at all. Again, Byron very, very good on the newer tires, but Kyle Taub really excelled when it came to the long run, which is what they've had after one short caution on like lap number 3, I want to say, lap 2 or lap 3. But ever since then, it's been all green flag. There might have been a couple instances where a caution may have been thrown, but the track was not blocked, so we stayed underway. Go back and check in with Tyler Dohar. He's got that Moneyline machine right in front of him, and I believe that's going to be the GameStop machine of Connor Cunningham, just a little bit further behind. Right now, everybody back to P number 8, which is Josh Arnold, is still on the lead lap. As you see the 78 get on by the 62. Talking about Justin Anasiak, he is actually running P number 6 right now, all by himself. Connor Cunningham is just a little bit further up. If we look back from him, do we see that 3? Let's take a look. Way in the back. Tyler Doar having to lock it up. That's going to allow the 21 of Chris Murphy to take over P number 3. Murphy has absolutely been on a tear as of late, able to really do some big things. And man, what an amazing sponsor, hiring our heroes. There you see the 62 going on down pit road, grab his last set of Eagle Feel Goods. 8 laps remaining here from the Indianapolis Motor Speedway road course. They've actually had 2 different configurations of this road course. They have this one and they have another one modeled after a change to the track back in about 2009. And really the only big difference is when they're coming off the track, the turn number 1, Indy turn number 1 is the final turn, a big sweeping turn. So they decided to use this one instead, and yeah, not too bad. So you saw Tyler Dohar lose that spot, but he has not lost sight of the 21 of Chris Murphy. Pacey Wygant, he can see those guys also up there, but all this going on 50-plus laps behind the leaders, Taub and Jones. You can still see the gap there between those two on your scoring pylon. 3.4, 3.3 seconds between the 16 and the Deuce. And I imagine that it's probably going to stay something pretty similar for a while. But the last time I checked in on Byron, he was 4+ back. So he's made up over a second on the 16. Have to see how that squares itself out as well, as it should be. Everybody has now taken their final pit stop for the night. Justin Anasiak back here in P number 6, down 5 spots from where he started on pole. If we get a chance to talk to Justin a little bit later on, might ask him what happened, or could just ask Papa Bear if that was an EOL penalty, or if it was, what was it for, and so on. But this was definitely the fastest truck in practice and the fastest truck in qualifying. And hey, things happen sometimes. JCV, yeah, bud. I hope I did have a pretty good weekend. Absolutely. Unfortunately, ARCs took the night off last night, so they didn't get up and get going. So I got to spend some time, and then tonight it's all about the turn down for what iRacing Truck Series here from the Indy Road Course, and then tomorrow night's going to be shake and bake in the final race of the round of 16 from Pocono International Raceway. So looking forward to that and see who the bottom 4 will be, those that won't be moving on, and those that will be when it's all said and done. The only person that's guaranteed, from what I can remember, without looking at the points, is James Holzer with 2 wins. He won both races in the first round, and was easily able to move on. All right, let's go back and check in with Kyle Taub and Byron Jones. Looks like they've got the 22 machine for Josh Arnold in between them, but you definitely see that gap down to 3 seconds. '51 having to check up. That also made the 22 check up as well. They got to try to work their way through, try to catch up with Kyle Taub as quickly as possible, if possible, and really try to challenge for this lead as you watch Byron Jones in that 2, really having to wheel that thing off of each and every one of these corners. 3.5, 3.6 now between the 2. Let's see what Kyle Taub's got going on in his KT's Designs Ford F-150. Looks like he's going to come off of... we'll have to see, man. We'll have to see. Says Pump for Pocono really thinking Team FTR is going to punch through. Man, I absolutely hope so. It was great to see Eliza make the round of 16 after that race at Talladega. She had both Sean Blanchard and one other behind her. It was able to advance. So we'll have to see. I know John Honeycutt's pretty strong, and he should be good to go. Brendan Book, and a few others. But yeah, that's going to be a great race tomorrow, right around 8:30. Same bat time, same bat channel. And yeah, so whether you're able to watch that on Twitch, YouTube, Facebook, or the Sim Racing channel through Roku TV, we'll definitely be glad to have you along. You're not going to want to miss it. These guys have had a pretty consistent field of about 30 cars all season long. They took the next gens on. It's been a lot of fun, and I'm looking forward to the final few rounds. So it looks like Byron Jones has been able to get on by the 22 of Josh Arnold. Let's actually take a look back from his gearbox. Either that or Josh Arnold had a little bit of an issue because I don't see him there. Okay, he's a little bit further back. There you see the 62 money line machine back there as well. So now Byron Jones 2.2 seconds behind. If you look at the track map up there on the right-hand side, you see there's cars pretty much on every single part of this track, just unfortunately very spread out, and there are a few cars in the pits or multiple laps down or just out of the race, talking about Amaral, George, and Rivers. Some cars many laps down, talking about Pop Bear Campbell 4 laps down, Rap 4 laps down, and Keller 6 laps down. Few cars in the pits. But right now, everybody back to Cunningham. Back to Anasagak is 1 lap down. But how about Justin Anasagak right now, sitting in P number 5? Let's actually go on and catch up with him. He's still 1 point. He's 1 minute and so just a little over a minute behind. 1.1. Man, talk about a great run though. Had to go to the tail end of the field after a forced pit, either through EOL or whatever that was, able to come on back out, make up a lot of time. You just saw him kind of get a little squirrely there under a brake to make that right turn, and doing all he can to try to get up there and battle. But either way, great recovery for old NNR Rowdy. Look at his battle here. Tyler Dohar a little bit further back, 53 plus seconds back. So is Pacey Wygen, Justin Anasagak, and more. But this battle for the lead, these two right here. If I look ahead from Byron, this lead has shrunk. When I first mentioned they were coming off pit road, they were 4 seconds. Then Byron, he ended up going sideways over one of those turtles, lost a lot of time. And man, he has absolutely made up quite a bit. Now just 2.4 seconds up to Kyle Taub. You see Taub just there making that left turn, and there's Byron right behind. I don't know if he can run him down, but you can bet Byron will absolutely try, as he has all race long. Deer says car blew up. Race is Brandon Pike. All right, Brandon, I got you, buddy. All right. Well, welcome aboard, sir. Go back up, go up to Kyle Taub and take a look from his gearbox back to Byron Jones, and that's what they're seeing. He's got a good 2.3-second lead back to Byron Jones in that number 2 Patriot Esports TJ's team Silverado. And on these long stretches is really where Byron's been able to make up a little bit of time in these braking zones. Other than that, it's been kind of Kyle Taub in the more technical parts of the track, but you've definitely been able to see where Byron Jones really been throwing that truck around. But Taub able to hold on, hold off, and really managing his gap. Now just under 2 seconds between the top two. These two will have a battle between themselves. P number 3 is now just a little over a minute behind, right along with Tyler Dohar. Justin Aniscock, 1 minute 19 seconds and counting. So Justin should not go a lap down unless he has some kind of a mix-up. These guys take a good minute 34 to go all the way around this track here at Indy. Two seconds still between the top two. Let's switch on over to Byron Jones's nose cam and see what he's doing to try to catch up. See him get a little squirrely there off the corner. Both of these guys are on the same wear of tires that came down pit road together. Byron led a bunch of laps. Kyle Taub caught him in the closing stages of that fuel run, and when it came down to going down pit road, it was a good old 2 truck lengths between the two before they exited the pits. And then I mentioned again, or if you saw earlier, Byron had just a little bit of an issue. So this final lap is going to be all about closing it up. Can they stay consistent? Work the throttle, work the brakes. Keep it on track for one more. Oh, just as I say that, commentators curse God, I hope not. Grab a gear, Byron, get up, get going. Let's switch it on over to Kyle Taub and watch him finish out the rest. I feel so bad I did that, if I did that. But yeah, get on back up here with Kyle Taub. And now he pretty much saw what happened with Byron after he tried like heck to catch up. Byron now 12 seconds behind the leader. Kyle Taub, he's going to be able to work through these last few turns and be able to come across the start stripe and grab a W here at Indy. No pressure anymore for this 16. He can take it really, really easy. He sees the one just ahead. One has had a few problems tonight. He just has to manage that gap, manage the fuel, and come on off. Kyle Taub gets it done at Indy. All right, so that was Kyle Taub. Byron Jones, he just came across the start stripe to grab P number 2. Pacey Wygent back here working through these S's. He's on the back half of the track. Dohar's back there, so is Justin Anisagok, and it looks like the top 5 will be the last trucks to finish on the lead lap. So Murphy, Cunningham, and Arnold all 1 lap down. Ross 2 laps down. Allen 3 laps down. Campbell, Pop Bear Campbell that is, 4 laps down. Rapp 5, and Keller 6 laps. Huffins down 21. Pike and Snyder out. Looks like the 11 was on pit road after a blown motor. Amaral, Rivers, and George also out of the race. So Tyler Dohar now, he's coming off the last corner. He's going to go ahead and grab P number 4 for himself. And then how about Justin Anisagok? A little bit further back, he's coming off this last turn as well in this GM Goodwrench Service number 3. And he will claim the last spot on the lead lap. Big congratulations, though, to Kyle Taub up here in this 16. You can bet some people coming on up behind and going to give him just a little bit of a love tap. Say congratulations. Definitely well deserved. Well, Bills, if you're still out there, Kyle Taub able to get it done. Byron Jones was trying and was charging all he could. Tires just could not hold off. Went for a spin. 16 grabs the W. Let's go ahead and clear the board. Watch this man go ahead and burn him down when he's ready. Let's go. Very, very narrow road for burnouts. Your donut's got to be very, very tight if you're going to try to attempt it at all. And there you go. Line it up perfectly, center on the bricks, get on up there and burn them down. All right. Again, great job by Kyle Taub for going ahead and grabbing that W. Byron Jones, P number 2. Pacey Wygant, P number 3. Ladies and gents, we will be right back with our top 3. Please stay tuned. Don't nobody go nowhere. All right, ladies and gents, bringing our top 3 back into the booth. We're going to start off with driver 00, old buckshot numbers, alongside Pacey Wygant. Man, Pacey, I tell you what, only the top 5 were able to stay on the lead lap when it all, when all the chips were done and all 50 laps were run. Very, very slick track, very hot out there. I think it was about 78-degree air temp, but about 115 out there on track. All of y'all were able to get it done. What was the track conditions actually like for you? We're able to jump on board with a few drivers. You seem pretty stable in most parts. You had a couple spots where it kicked out on you, but walk us through your race, please.
Well, starting off the race, I pulled the old mistake of spinning out through the chicane, and then from there on, I just had to make my way back up. I ended up just staying out when that caution was thrown. And that's essentially what gave me my track position back. And I was on, what, five, 6 laps older tires at that point. So it was really, really, really hard on old tires. It was super slick. On fresh tires, you felt like Superman.
No doubt. I would imagine on fresh tires, though, they're pretty slick. How many laps or how many turns did it seem like it generally took for the tires to come in finally, build up a little bit of pressure, a little bit of heat in them to where you felt just like you didn't have to tap dance getting around this place?
I mean, for me, it was pretty much after I finished the out lap, I was good. I mean, it was still a little slick, but the second lap, definitely the tires came in.
All right, bud. Well, definitely big congrats on this P3. It's good to talk to you in the booth again. We were talking about the schedule coming up, and I just put it up on there on the screen again for everybody. Next week we go to Iowa. What are you thinking about your chances there? And will it require any additional practice, or back to an oval so you're good to go?
I mean, it's gonna take some practice because I suck at saving tires. So we pulled off a 4th, and I guess I ended up being a 3rd in the Cup Series. So see what we can do.
All right, buddy. Well, again, great job. Any quick friends, family shout outs you want to get out there?
Anybody who's cheering me on in chat, thank you. And to all my teammates, Christopher Murphy, even though Mr. Lednum wasn't here tonight, big shout out to him. And just everybody, like Poopy. I'm sorry, I know him as Poopy. It's not Chelsea, but I know him as Poopy.
I get you.
So,
but
thanks to everybody. Thanks to you for streaming, broadcasting.
Definitely very, very welcome. All right, let's move on up. P number 2, truck number 2, started P number 5. Byron Jones, you and that Patriot Esports TJ's Team Silverado looked pretty impressive. I was able to chat with you for just a little bit before the race started, and I said, hey, man, you're running there right behind Justin Asagok. You're looking pretty quick out there. What you got? And you were telling me that you were feeling pretty comfortable. You seemed to fall off a little bit in the long run where Kyle Taub was able to run you down, ultimately pass you with just a few laps left before you went down pit road the last time. The first trip down pit road, you were right on his back bumper, so actually able to beat him out of the pits. And the second time he beat you, and then you came over the turtles, got a little slideways. You fell back about 4+ seconds, and you were able to run him down within 2. And then it kind of broke loose, literally. Walk us through your race. What were your biggest issues, and what were your strengths, do you think, compared to the 16 to Kyle Taub?
I feel like I honestly had Taub through those S's and that little bit, actually both of the S's, honestly. I was able to get a better run off of him. And then into that breaking point into 1, I felt really, really strong into. But, yeah, the car felt great tonight. I'm going to be honest. I wasn't expecting the finish P2. I wanted that P1. I've been knocking at that door for about 3 weeks now. I'm hoping very, very soon that I can bust through it like the FBI meme that's going on. But, yeah, I don't know, man. It hurts a little. Like Carson Hocevar hurts. Like Carson Hocevar says, it sucks to be second. It sucks to be the first loser. But I'll take it. I'll keep working. I'll keep understanding the cars even more. Maybe next week I can go back, battle top for another win. And then that last lap, man, when he got close to me was actually me I was trying to save fuel because I noticed Todd backed up. Todd was starting to fall back on me, and I'm like, oh, I look down. I'm going to be short by whatever, a lap or so. That wasn't the case. I probably could have just drove straight through. But yeah, I mean, at the end of the day, I'll take it P2. Some more points. I believe I'm going to fall right behind Kyle Taub actually in the point standing, so we'll be 1 and 2. Good race to Taub tonight, man. Just wish I had that little bit more.
Well, it seems like you've been racing these guys for the season so far. You and Bill's Legend had a great battle a few weeks back. Now you and Tob battling very, very strong as well. Buddy, I definitely wish you all the luck next week at Iowa. Any quick friends, family shout-outs you got to get out there, bud?
Oh, of course, got to shout out my family. I mean, they're always there supporting me, knowing what's going on. My grandma, I don't know if she was out in chat tonight, but if she was, shout out to her. She loves watching these races. She loves you, Pete, streaming this all. You, of course, streaming this all, like I said, putting this on and putting the team together. Wouldn't have a team, wouldn't have an owner to drive for if you didn't step up and say, hey, you know what? I'm a fun team. I want you to drive for it. And then, of course, TJ's team, Travis, helping me too. We're soon going to start getting in the SRN as well as a team. So looking to do good over there as well. So this is sort of practice for that, but also sort of, I really want this championship at the end of the season. And right now my hopes are very, very high.
Well, man, like Kyle Taub said just before we came back live, you've definitely shown a marked improvement, and man, you've got the drive for it. Now you've got the equipment in that brand new tower, and you're not racing on a tiny little 17-inch laptop anymore. You're out there getting it done. You're right there with all the fast guys. I wish you all the luck next week. Congratulations on this P2. Now, talking about the man, Kyle Taub. Tell you, Bill's Legend was out there as well as a couple of others saying, man, get your butts up there. I'm not going to say what he actually said, but yeah, he said, get your beep up there and start the challenge. And you did just that. You ran the 2 back down. You took the lead. Came down pit road, grabbed your 4 brand new Eagle Fuel Goods, filled it up with that Sunoco E15 fuel, and you pushed on. How much were you actually looking in the rear view for Byron versus watching what you had out in front of you? You saw a few trucks lap trucks kind of give you a little bit of a scare as well.
Yeah, Byron was fast pretty much the entire race. He definitely gave me a run for my money there. Towards the end, but the traffic was definitely difficult to navigate. The truck itself felt horrible the entire race. It just wasn't the most pleasant drive I've ever had, but definitely was fun.
Well, man, I tell you what, you started P number 2. The 3 of Justin Anisgok started on pole. Right after the caution flew, he went back down pit road. I'm not quite sure if he got an EOL or what happened with him, but he was able to work his way back inside the right back up to 5th. He had to race his way all the way back up through the field. How glad were you to see that the fastest man in practice, fastest man in qualifying, had to go to the rear of the field?
I mean, not having to race someone else for the lead was good, but I wasn't too worried about him in the long run anyway. I definitely think I had the best long run pace out of everyone here. Just keeping the truck consistent the entire time. I think regardless, I probably would have won.
Oh, you definitely got to be confident, and we used to hear NASCAR drivers all the time, even if they weren't, they still had to feel like they were the best driver out there. You gotta be confident. You got to be smooth. And this track, as tricky as it was, tested every bit of your confidence and your skill all night long. Great 50 laps. In the end, you're the man standing at the end of or over the bricks, kissing them and notching another W under your name. Congrats again to Kyle.
Thank you, Pete.
You got it. All right, guys and gals, definitely big thank you to everybody that came out, hung out, chatted up, kept me company, kept us all company, whether it was on Facebook or Twitch, YouTube, or the Sim Racing channel on Roku TV. Definitely appreciate it. Looking forward to seeing y'all again tomorrow night when the Shake and Bake iRacing Cup Series goes to battle it out for their final race in the round of 16. Holster's all locked in. He got 2 of the last 3 wins, and we're going to see who's not going to make it, who's going to punch their way through to the 12. Right around 8:30 p.m. Eastern tomorrow night. Be there, be square. Same bat time, same bat channel. Have a great night, everybody, and thanks again. Bye-bye.